We are going to look at dividing a unit fraction by a whole number. A unit fraction is a fraction whose numerator is 1, like for example 1/3 or 1/8. And a whole number is a number that doesn't contain a fraction or decimal, like for example 7 or 52. Before we do that, I want to look at a simpler problem. Up at the top, we have 6 divided by 2. I know you know the answer is 3, but I want to take a look at one way we can look at 6 divided by 2. So I have drawn 6 lines. I'm going to divide it into 2 even groups. And look, there's 3 in each group. So 6 divided by 2 is 3, and one way to look at that is to take your 6 wholes, there's my 6 wholes, divide it into 2 even groups, and there's 1, 2, 3 in each group. Down at the bottom, 20 divided by 5, so I have 20 lines. I'm going to divide them into 5 even groups, and look, there's 1, 2, 3, 4 in each group. So here we have our unit fraction divided by a whole number, 1/2 divided by 3. So I am going to draw 1/2, and sometimes it's easier to just draw using a rectangle because it can be tricky to draw using circles, especially with 7s and 9s. So going for a rectangle might make it easier. So I have 1/2. So over here, there is my 1/2. Now I'm going to divide my 1/2 into 3 even groups. There we go. So here is one group, another group, and another group. So I took my 1/2 and divided into 3 groups. Each group is 1/6 of the total. Here's 1/6, 2/6, 3/6, 4/6, 5/6, 6/6 is the whole. And now, if you take a half of a third, it is 1/6. Now let's look at 1/4 divided by 2. So I'm going to draw a picture of 1/4. Remember, 3 lines will divide it into 4 pieces. So here is my 1/4, and I'm going to divide it into 2 pieces. So there we go. There's piece number 1, piece number 2. I took my 1/4, divided into 2 even pieces, and each piece is equal to 1/8. 1/4 divided by 2 is equal to 1/8. Now let's try 1/8 divided by 5. So now I'm going to draw my 1/8, 7 lines will get me 8 pieces, and they don't have to be perfect. So now I've got 1/8 right here, and I want to divide it into 5 even pieces. 1, 2, 3, 4 lines. We'll divide it into 5 pieces. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 1/8 divided into 5 equal pieces gives you that much, which is 1/40, because there's 40 squares altogether. We have 5 rows of 8, and so there's 40, and so 1/8 divided by 5 is equal to 40. 1/40. We have 1/3 divided by 4. So I'm going to draw my 1/3. There's 1/3. I'm going to divide it into 4 even pieces. 3 lines will divide it into 4 pieces, and there's my answer, 1/12. And now I have 1/6 divided by 3. So I'm going to draw my 1/6. 5 lines will divide it into 6 pieces. Here's my 1/6. I'm going to divide it into 3 even pieces, and there we go. Each one is equivalent to 1 18th.